New three-team blockbuster trade proposal lands Warriors $112 million coveted target for Jonathan Kuminga. They have reportedly maintained their high-level interest in New Orleans Pelicans forward Trey Murphy III amid the Jonathan Kuminga situation. The Warriors haven't convinced Kuminga to re-sign on a deal that gives them leverage in future trade talks. All signs point towards Kuminga signing a $7.9 million qualifying offer. It's a lose-lose situation for the Warriors if Kuminga returns on such a deal. They can only trade him to a trade destination of his liking because of an implied no-trade clause. A short-term, team-friendly contract means Kuminga won't be a lucrative trade asset who can help Golden State land a top-of-the-line player in the $20 to $25 million range to address wing depth. However, the Warriors can potentially maneuver a three-team trade that resolves this issue, given their interest in Trey Murphy III and the Pelicans' previous connections to. Three-team mock trade proposal sends Trey Murphy III to Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga heads to Pelicans. The Warriors have an interesting situation at hand with Jonathan Kuminga. While signing him to a deal worth a north of $20 million annual salary is the ideal scenario, they can use it as a bargaining chip in trade talks. The next issue is Kuminga's no-trade clause on a qualifying offer. However, his goal is to have a starting role, and Kuminga can potentially bag that in New Orleans if he's heading out the door. He can waive the no-trade clause and join New Orleans, who can negotiate a long-term contract with him over the course of the season and come to an agreement next off-season. The Warriors and Pelicans will need a third team with cap space to finalize the trade framework. Brooklyn is one of the most renowned teams mentioned in mock trade proposals. The Nets have ample cap space and are reportedly open to facilitating trades. They can absorb the other matching salaries coming from Golden State. Murphy enters the first year of his $112 million extension, making $25 million next year, the most the Warriors were willing to offer Kuminga. Here's the three-team trade framework. Warriors get Trey Murphy III via Pelicans. Pelicans get Jonathan Kuminga via Warriors. Haywood Highsmith via Nets. 2026 first-round pick via Warriors. Nets get Moses Moody via Warriors. Buddy Hield via Warriors. 2030 second-round pick via Warriors. Why the Warriors do it? The Warriors lose key assets in Moses Moody and Buddy Hield, along with their closest first-round selection in 2026 and a 2030 second-round pick. However, the clock is ticking on the window around Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. Golden State needs to improve quickly, and Murphy is a significant upgrade over the departing players. Why the Pelicans do it? Meanwhile, the Pelicans have split between rebuilding and retooling their roster around Zion Williamson. Cutting payroll and maximizing the trade value of an asset like Trey Murphy III, 25, makes sense. Jonathan Kuminga, 22, at a lower salary, helps them on both fronts. New Orleans lands another first-rounder and a solid rotation piece like Haywood Highsmith. Why the Nets do it? The Nets acquire tradable assets in Moses Moody and Buddy Hield. They also inch closer to the minimum cap requirement. Moody, 23, can be a long-term fit, while they can deal Hield at the deadline to a contender. The Nets also acquire a future second-round selection with the tradable assets, making this a no-brainer for Brooklyn to accept.